So now we're gonna work on the right side, but before that I want to go to the backend and get all the informations needed, okay? Because without it I don't have anything to see right here, okay? So we're gonna get three things. So the first thing is gonna be the list of friends. So I'm gonna get my list of friends, and also I'm gonna get the list of friend requests. That means anyone who sent me a friend request, I want to get them, and also I want to get the sent request. That means all the requests that I've sent. Okay, so that's the first thing. So we're gonna have one function that's gonna be like for the whole page, that's gonna get us everything together, okay? And then we can use whatever we want in any situation we want. So we're gonna go back right here, and then we're gonna start from the backend, and then we're gonna go to the route, then user. So I'm gonna go right here and create a new route. This is gonna be a get request. Let's call it get friends page and on infos. Take that, name it as the function, import it, go to the user, and then create it. So let me copy this one. Okay, move everything inside the try. So we're gonna do this very smart, okay? You're gonna love this. So first of all, I'm gonna get the user. I'm gonna use await, and then we're gonna go use the user model, and then find by ID, which is gonna be the request.user.id from the other user, okay? So now I have the user. So from the user, I can get the request, okay? Because if you remember, if you go back to the database, so right here, any user, let me just, so this is mine. So right here in the friends, I have my friends list. So I can simply go to the friends and then, get the array and then populate everything inside this, because we already has it an object's ID. And then also I can go to the request and get all the requests sent to me from this request, okay? So that's all there is to it. It's not going to be that hard. So where is my account? That has a lot of data. This one, so let me see the friends. Okay, so I have a lot of friends, and also in the request I don't have any. Let me just refresh. I probably do. I added one. So yeah, so this is my account. I have one request, and also I have these three friends, okay? And also I have a request sent to me. I prepared this for you so you can see. So that's we have the user. I can go and select only the friends and also the request, and then I can populate what I want. So I can populate the friends, okay? Because if you go back to the models and then the user down, so every user, so this is friends, we only have just objects ID, so an object's ID also for the request. So if you want to populate that, you don't have like a property right here that is named something, so you can just directly populate the name, okay? So friends, and what I want is it's going to be the first name, last name, picture, and then also I'm gonna get the username. I hope this is right, okay? And also I'm gonna need this populate again, but this time it's gonna be for the request. Okay, that's all. So now I already got the two arrays needed. So if I want to get the friends, I can go user.friends, and I'm gonna get all the friends. I can go user.request, and I'm gonna have all the requests. So the last thing is gonna be the request that I sent. So const sent request, I'm gonna use await, and then I'm gonna go to the user and find. Okay, and I'm gonna go to all the other users, and I'm gonna go to their request array, and if I see my ID there, that means I sent them a request. Okay, that's actually pretty simple. So I'm gonna go to the request, okay, and right here I'm gonna send the ID, and you need to say this, send this in a form of an object ID, not just a string. Okay, so let me go up top. So const, let me get mongoose require, so we can convert this, okay, like that. Mongoose, what's the problem? Const mongoose equal require mongoose. So this is right, the problem is in the right here. Okay, so you can like go right now, so right here we can use mongoose, okay, and then go types, and then access the object's ID, and that's gonna convert anything we pass right here to an object's ID, which is gonna be the request.user.id. okay, and that's all. So from here, let's call this request. So right here I have all the users that has all the information, so I can only select the information that I want. So right here I can add that, only that. So I've already got everything, so maybe I can go right now response to JSON. So the friends, let's call this friends, which is going to be user.friends. Okay, this one is going to be the request, which is going to be user.request. Okay, and then the last thing is going to be the sent request, okay, which is simply the sent request. So I feel like this is all right. And then we're going to go to the front end and we're going to see if we have any problems. As usual, we can go back right here. Okay, if you have any errors, that's fine, we can just always go back and check. So let me take the name of the route, close the backend, go to the front end, then the source. So first of all, I'm going to go to the functions and I'm going to create the function in the user. So I'm going to take this, change the name. This is going to be a GET request and we're only going to need the token. Also change it right here, and we're not going to have any body, okay, or body. So this is the function. It's actually pretty simple when you use them in one file. You just copy paste and it's actually pretty awesome. So let me take this name and now we're going to go back to the pages and then friends, and then in the index I can go right here and add the use effect, and right here I can just call. So this is the use effect. I can create a function, let's call it get data, which is going to be an async function. Maybe you can have it outside, you know. Yeah, let me remove that from here because we can run it again. Get data, it's going to be an async function. Go right here and then we're going to get the data. Let's use await and then call the functions from the functions, and then we need to pass the token so we can get the user from the state, use selector, and then we're going to go to the state and then spread the state as usual, and I'm going to pass the user dot token. Okay, and for now I can just console log the data so you can see, and then I can call the function inside the use effect like that. So let me just try that. So go back right here, let me go back to the friends, let me open the console, and as you see we get the data. What's going on right here? Okay, we're gonna see what's going on right here after this. So let me go to the object, and as you see we get all the data. So this is the list of friends, okay, with the information that we're gonna need. Also the request that I've sent, okay, or the request that I got. Sorry, I got a request from Elon Musk himself. So if you go back right here, just to show you, if I refresh from Elon Musk account, okay, as you see right here, he sent me a request. So, and I can go to the sent request, to the request that I've sent myself. I've sent one to Chris Work, and to make sure that everything is all right, okay, I've searched on it, I can click on it, and right here you can see that, you know, I've sent him a request, okay. So that's very good. So now maybe we can start showing that, but before that you want to have it like in a, and we're not going to use the normal use state because, you know, it's fine for the light data, but if you have like large data from the backend, like friends, it could be like 1,000, okay, and then requests and then request sent. So the best way to do it is use the use reducer. In general, to get the data from the backend, the best way to do it is the use reducer. The state is fine, but it's not consistent enough and it could create a lot of problems. And the most professional way is going to be always the use reducer, because you can define your actions, what's the actual changes that can happen to that state. In the use state, you know, problems created, okay. This is not a tutorial about the difference between them, but it's actually the most consistent way for the state or getting the data from the backend is the use reducer, so use it. So we're going to do that. Let me remove this console log, go back to the functions, then reducers. Let me take that, copy it, let's change it, I don't know, let's call it friends page reducer, and let me change the names right here. Okay, this is gonna be friends, okay, and this one let's call it just data, okay, because it's not actually friends, there is more to it, okay. So let me take the name of it, go back to the index, and let me define it. So yeah, we can define it right here. So const an array. So we're gonna need the things that we're gonna need is gonna be the loading, also we're gonna have the error, and then also we have the data, okay. So let's call it data like that, it's fine. Also we're gonna need the dispatch, okay, and this is gonna equal the use reducer function from React, and we're gonna pass the friends page, okay, reducer from the reducers, okay, and right here we're gonna define like the default values, okay. So for the loading it's gonna be false. This is my problem right here. Okay, and then we're gonna have the data to be an empty object. Okay, and then also the error to be empty, like that. So you can dispatch any type of action you want. So this is the function, you can dispatch it. Let me just add it in the top, maybe right here. Okay, and let's start dispatching our actions. So right here, let me take this dispatch. So right here, the first thing is going to be the type, and the type, let me go back right here. So the first thing is going to be the friend request, so I'm going to add it right here. That's all. So now let me take that, but you know what, we can have like an error, so maybe we can go back right here and not only send the data, but also like send the status to be 1, or maybe just leave it like that. It's gonna be true, but maybe for me 1 or okay, as we used before, and then send the data. So right here, so let me check if data.status equal okay, that means everything is alright. Then I can take that and dispatch this action, which is gonna be the friend success. And this right here, we need the payload also. So the payload is gonna be data.data. Okay, because now the object data returns two things, which is, where is it, right here, returns the status and also the data. So that's all. Else that means we have a problem, okay, which is an error. Let me take that, and this is also going to be state data.data, because that's going to be the error if we have an error. And then let me take the friend's error right here and then add it like that right here. Okay, and now I can console log the data and see what we get. So go back right here, go to the friends, open the console, and let me see. You open right here, and as you see, everything is fine and everything is alright. So this is probably for the loading, when it's still loading. So that's what it was. And now we have everything ready, so we can just start simply right here and display them.